a woman who was arrested because of, they found 13 million in her house in Ngara with narcotics. Of course, let's call them bang marijuana and all that. Then apparently she was not the woman they were looking for. So they, 2-3 days later, the outcry from the public actually knew this Made. Then they decided to arrest now the other lady who they think is now the real Made Wangara. It's a different, if you look at the two women, they're totally different in the look. The other one is a big, plumpy and big here. The other one is very small and light, and this one is dark. So I did not understand how the police could confuse the two individuals in the first place. A plump lady and a thinner one. A light lady and a darker one. You cannot see the difference. Then if you look at these two women, for sure, if you come to an MP's house, even I go to Dr. C's house today, I won't get 13 million in cash. Even in Lisa's house today, 13 million.
So they actually counted 13 million cash.
No, is it worth of marijuana, not necessarily the cash itself? Was
no,
the cash itself?
There was marijuana and there's cash, 13 million. So I was asking, in Ngara.
Yes. You did not know this?
I was shocked.
Do you know how big is 13 million?
No, here's the thing. Do you know who Made is? That's a legend, like way back in the day. Even I will not lie to you. I've
like you never
about Made for the longest time.
I was hearing for the very first time.
That is not news. Like for many people, I would, okay, let me explain to you. Let me inform you guys.
Yes.
So Made is a legend, first of all.
Yes.
She is actually a legend. That's actually something that even people talk about. Fig tree around that area.
Yes.
If you know, you know, you know. So the main thing is, what happens...
Are you a member of the 420 club?
420?
Yes.
It depends. Meet me at 421.
What is 420? What's 420?
I went to campus. Just so you know, I went to campus.
You're not one of her clients, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But but the main thing is, when you actually, because if you're any campus person would tell you they know about Made, even when you know about Fig Tree in that area, that is something even it was common knowledge amongst many campus guys, literally, even amongst even my time. So main thing is, when it comes even to her, I'm like, she is known about this. Even I've heard stories of how even cops are in her playbook, everything is already lined up. She lines up everything's pockets. Then now if anything needs to be delivered, she has a system laid down and everything. This is a businesswoman. This is a true Kenyan Pablo Escobar. And there should be actually a movie made out of this. Ababu Namwamba Bade film, maybe might think about that. We know literally now, because literally that might be something interesting, but Made literally has been there for a while. This is not breaking news for a lot of people who know her ground. But the main thing is how she looks like. I would never know. I never met her face to face, but I know about her and even who she is, even what she does. This is not like something that's foreign to us, unless maybe it's just brought news to you guys. But this has been constant knowledge. Any campus person knows about her, literally, and it's literally common knowledge about Made and everything. Now, capturing her, I think that's a political thing. Someone's trying to do something, and I think there's also some back end technical on this thing. I'm being honest. Because how do you confuse Made? So you know who Made is.
So is she a front or does she run the empire?
She's not the one primarily. She's of course protected by several people behind.
Because I think when I look at that woman on the physical, she doesn't look like she runs the empire. She looks like the front to that empire because at her in Ngara, 13 million, the narcotics, the bangi and all these things. There's a better way. She's arrested walking in town. How?
But you know what, I've got one thing to say, that in this world, and what a lot of people don't understand, there's nowhere in the world where hustlers run the government. Nowhere in the world. There's two types of people who run governments. The very, very, very rich, like really rich, and drug dealers. So you have to choose the mafia or the very rich. And I think right now as a country, we need to choose, and I think citizens need to be aware. Do you want to be led by the very rich people who have at stake something to lose, or do you want to be run by a mafia? Because if surely somebody, you say you know this lady, she's been running you know, we heard about the Akasha brothers and all that. The police know them, they cannot arrest them. You know, it's a high time people just understand these truths, that power is with two people, either mafia or the very people who are on the straight and narrow and they have money, period. That's all I have to say.
So can I just say something? Talking about bangi, marijuana, so to speak, you know, in many, many countries in the world, they realize it has medicinal purposes and especially cancer. Like, for example, I'm a cancer survivor, and many people were saying, you know, why don't you smoke a joint or something? It takes the pain away. And they made it, especially in America, California, and many states where it is actually legal. What are your thoughts about if the government legalized it, but controlled it?
That would be interesting. Actually, that might take the stigma away. But then Wajakoya, why have you not spoken about Made, by the way? And he was even here, even, and he knows if he was out here even like trying to legalize marijuana. If he's trying to legalize marijuana, he is aware. One of the kingpins was Made. Even me as a normal Kenyan citizen, I'm aware of her. But the main thing, even when it comes to legalization, is this. Legalization, even in the States, primarily what's happened is that it's legalized, but there's a lot of taxes involved in everything. Then what happens is the legalized weed is actually now more expensive than the one on the streets. So now the drug dealers have now adjusted to now changing their price range so that now they can actually now still make their margins. And of course the legalized people can still make their margins. And then, but it removes the whole stigma aspect. But you know, here in Kenya, we're still like, bangi! Mtoto wa guy, you bangi, whatever. And there's still that stigma aspect of it all, but that would take some time. Even you saw how many people voted for Wajakoya apart from me, but I did. True story.
But do we not need to deal with the alcohol problem in central Kenya first? Do we not need to have a system? Because we don't even have structures that are dealing with alcohol. Then you want to bring on marijuana? We will be asking Haitians to actually come and help us here, other than us. You think? Yes.
Dr. C, you know, this central province and alcohol thing is a political thing.
Explain.
It's a political thing because when you look at the data, it shows that in Kenya, central and western, we drink the same numbers of alcohol. It's only that in central, they put other things. In Western and Nyanza, they drink traditional brews, which is not laced. In Central, they've decided to lace it. But the drunkards are the same. So what has happened is that Central feel that this problem is actually theirs. It is not true. The problem of alcoholism is across the country. People are just, if you go to Rift Valley, it's the same thing. So it is a political thing just meant to be seen as people from Central, we are the ones who have this problem with alcohol, which is not true. The data shows that Western, actually, Nyanza, people use more alcohol than even in Central.